From water deep to Icewind Dale, unlikely friends fight tooth and scale. A little faith, a lot of rage, to bring the summer back again. Now roll the dice, see how they fall, don't waste your action. Bonus action. Heroes, tortured and trapped within the mist, hunted by horrors from out the abyss. We've seen friends fall, but must endure, survive to see the sun once more. Now roll the dice, see how they fall, don't waste your action. Heroes.
Unmute myself. Well, hello and welcome to Bonus Action Heroes. I apologise to Tom. He was in mid-flow and I just did the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So I'm so sorry.
Stop before the end, and I was really excited to bring back. Shut up, Tom.
Oh,
I was in full flow and Matt went 5 and I carried on.
You did until 2. Until 2 you were going. Awesome. Hello, welcome back. It's been a couple of weeks, 2 or 3 weeks, I think, since we last played, and I was just getting everyone. We are. I was just getting everyone to remind me what happened because I wasn't sure. Tom, go for it. Come on, you were so enthusiastic. What happened?
Yeah, we'd sat down at the table to eat, and Tom was really nervous about, really didn't want to eat anything, but. Serdi would have no idea why. Tom was nervous, so I was like, oh, should we eat something? And everyone went, oh yeah, it's fine. And so Serdi started eating some rock or something that was provided with. I can't remember what I said I wanted, but it was tasty. And then everyone else decided not to, I think.
No, Droden ate something.
Oh, did he? So I felt Serdi was maybe a little bit of a canary in a mine shaft then.
Very true.
You have to expect that what we'll remember is whether or not we ate.
Yes, very true.
My excuse was I was nervous. I was meeting my dad, so
I don't think Tink ate anything. But yeah,
no, not hungry. So yes, you met Grithnock, probably not his true name, parent of Tink, and it was also revealed that Tink had a brother known as the One Who Wears Shadows, who also had been missing for a long period of time. Turns out that this Fae was actually her brother. And Steve is no longer with us, but Sev.
he's alive.
He is alive. He was slain with cold iron, which is a form of oblivion for Fae. It can permanently destroy them, prevent them from returning. And Sev, for some reason unknown, was saved by the Raven Queen as he was passing into Purgatory and was sent back as a Shadowkai, as an elf. So, yes, you learned that. And also, you learned that Tink, her mechanical body, has remnants of cold iron within it, which is preventing her from taking her true form. And when I say true form, obviously Fae can glamour and change their appearance. So it is preventing her from changing her look, should she so wish. But with the help of Grithnock, he managed to reveal your true form, which was a tall, red-haired Fae, pale skin, tall, elegant, but as soon as the glamour is withdrawn, Tink, you will find yourself slowly changing back to that form. But whilst you're in this place, you can choose whichever form you wish. You just need...
Narwhal.
Not even a second's hesitation.
I kind of assumed you would go back to your Tink form.
Narwhal.
A narwhal. Okay, there is a narwhal now sat at the table. I don't have a heart for that. I apologise. But yes.
Why not, Matt? Why are you not prepared for every eventuality?
Well, the narwhal one did catch me. I mean, give me 5 minutes. I'll get a narwhal.
No, don't actually do it. I'll go back. No, to be fair, I'd probably stay in Orphane form, and whoever she's talking to, it's like she's just always walking on the spot, like going, "What are the legs? Legs are weird. I mean, I have legs, but like, this is her inner monologue. But these are long legs."
Yeah, you are very tall. You're probably 6 foot, maybe slightly bigger. And in fact, if you think about it, you can make yourself slightly taller or slightly shorter, whatever you wish. So yes, I will place Tink there. The food continues to come. No matter how much you eat or how little you eat, it will be replaced with something fresher, more delicious smelling. And Grithnock will look at you all. So, what brings you here? It's delightful to see you. It really is. I could not be happier. Well, perhaps if your brother was with you, but tell me.
And I remembered who you remembered me to be. But yeah. Otherwise, this is a delightful spread, and thank you very much.
Obviously, you know not to accept hospitality, but here you're safe. It's family. I don't mean to be rude, but have you been on the road a long time?
No, out of game, guys. How long has it been?
Gosh.
Month?
Probably, I would say probably roughly about a month.
I've smelt bugbears with better personal hygiene. No offence intended, but someone among you, or maybe it's all of you, it's a combination, absolutely hums.
It would be
Regularly
me.
prestidigitate.
Well, if you could right now, that would be appreciated. Right, everyone roll a d20. Whoever gets the highest is the stinkiest.
Oh, this is mean.
I got a natural 1. It's definitely not me.
Oh, Tink, it's you. It's probably just the smell of a boat.
Well, don't you
A
want
frock
to?
coat.
Do you also want to roll for Darrendale?
Oh,
Yeah. I'm not taking this.
I'm going to give you an out, but he might roll lower than you. He did.
he smells pretty good. He's got a slight scent of lavender and jojoba.
He's got potpourri in his fur.
Yeah, anyway. Grithnock will laugh and he'll just click his fingers and suddenly the air just... It kind of smells of rich soil and late summer flowers and that smell of drying leaves. It's much nicer. So really, what brings
so
you...
ashamed.
What brings you here?
I can't remember whether we told you the whole story. Okay, put all of this, I'm actually all famous, aside. We were all travelling in the Underdark when my brain's gone. Drow. All my brain could think was Zentarim. When some drow captured us, we escaped, blah, 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 blah. And so here we are, with the threat of the abyss encroaching upon the Underdark. And for some reason, be it fate or really bad luck, we seem to be responsible for helping.
Perhaps it's just really bad writing.
Maybe. But we thought if you are truly family, and I know you are family, it's just very difficult to process right now. Anyway, we thought if you were family and seemingly quite powerful, there might be something you could do to help.
To help? What? I've been helping you all along.
Wasn't aware of that, but thank you.
I mean, if I
I
could,
don't know,
if I could give you more, I would. I really would.
Like a little Fey army, maybe?
You want a Fey army? I mean, you are Titania's daughter. I'm not really an army sort of guy. But your mother, she could give you an army, I'm sure.
Okay, so that's an option. We've established that we can't fix the cold iron issue now, so I can't be at full power.
Well, I know of an artifact that could solve your problem.
Go on.
Well, I don't have it. One of the three has it. It's a gauntlet of sorts. It allows you to reach into things and remove things. It's a thieves' glove, really, but it could work on your body.
A body? Without killing me and without us having to wait a decade for my body to
I
be
mean,
reborn? Or...
The other option is kill you, remove the cold iron, and hope we do it quick enough to bring you back.
Yeah, that's the option we're trying to avoid. Okay, who are the three?
I mean, you're immortal. Once the iron's removed, I can heal your scars. You will return. Not like your brother, who was slain with the cold iron. The three.
Yes, but... Yeah, who are the three?
Well, there is Veretti. I mean, obviously, these names are non-contractually binding, shall we say. Yes, there is Veretti. There is... sorry, I just have to read his name because it's I've forgotten it. Garethorn. And last, but by no means least, is Tarith. They are summer, autumn, and winter.
And helpful friends of the family who will just give us this glove?
Oh, no.
Okay.
No. No. And unfortunately, holding the position as such as one does, I cannot directly intervene or take this from them. That would be a breach of the pact. I mean, you yourself should be careful. No one knows who you are, except for those present, but...
I'll just do it as Tink, but... Where are they? How difficult is this going to be? This might have to wait, in all honesty.
I mean...
But if it is doable...
Simply walk into the mists, and I'm sure you'll find them. They have a mist maze that they use to trap travellers. And to protect themselves. I mean, you could make a deal, you could in theory steal it from them. You could kill them. I mean, they'll be back eventually, but killing them would be very brave. Very brave.
I like the sound of killing them. But when you say they have a maze... So, I'm concerned we're very much on a time constraint. Can we do all of this and be back the same day?
You've already been here a week.
What?
You've already been here a week.
It's been a few hours.
Yeah, here it has, yes.
Need to get back.
We have an Underdark to save.
Well, what's more important? Perhaps you'd be more useful without this bomb you're carrying around. You realise every time you activate that, you're infusing the area around you with cold iron. You are effectively weakening the walls between our worlds. You are damaging this realm.
Sorry, sir, does it affect the barriers between all the realms equally, or just to the Feywild?
Ah, my little friend, you're about as sharp as a bag of holding full of hammers, aren't you? Do you need me to explain it?
I think I might.
The Feywild is a mirror of the mortal realm in a sense, but it's brighter, more beautiful, more treacherous, more joyous. It's more of everything. They are not designed to be one. This device is designed to damage our realm. But whoever designed it does not understand that if you damage our realm, you weaken your own.
No, okay, that's fine. I'm sorry, sir. I was worried that it was weakening the Veil. Well, it's bad enough that it's weakening the Veil and damaging your realm, and I'm not meaning to belittle that at all. My concern was that it was weakening the barrier between all the realms, and the situation in our realm was getting worse vis-a-vis the abyss, and that was my concern. But okay, it's bad enough that it's just the two realms, so forgive me.
I'm sure... What am I forgiving? Don't need to apologise for being a bit thick. It's fine. It's fine. We all have our weaknesses. Well, I don't. But everyone else does. Perhaps not my daughter. Or my son. But, you know, mortals, elementals especially, head full of rocks. I understand. It's fine. There's nothing to apologise for.
I think he's probably having a little giggle at me.
So I'm not quite sure how to respond to that.
Anyway, okay, so then yes, the other thing we came here for, potentially, is a bond.
Is a what?
Is a bond?
Isabon.
Gold Freckles presents as a
Dwergar.
Dwergar.
Winter Court, I think you...
Oh,
Yes.
Varetti's little puppet.
Yes.
Ah, yes, the foolish girl. The foolish girl made a deal with the three, so she's bound, I'm afraid. I would not rely on her friendship while she is bound.
Okay, but the vindictive little man who put this heart inside me, he wants her back. And when we go back, hopefully very soon, it would be very useful to have some sort of bargaining leverage.
I see.
Do you know... Is there any way we can release her from this contract and get her back to her father? Or, I mean, it's up to her and what she wants. Or get her to at least be able to talk to him. I wouldn't want him to come to the Fey realm because he seems bent on destroying it. So, more could Isabon go there?
I mean, you could release Isabon of her bond, of her contract with Varetti. Varetti is not easy to negotiate with, but I do know that the three each hold something that the other holds dear as insurance to prevent betrayal of one another. Perhaps if you were to return Tim to Varetti, then Varetti would be grateful. Sorry, am I speaking language you don't understand. Everyone's got
No, I'm
very,
just
very vacant expressions.
Thinking.
weighing up.
So, if I get this right, our options are we go and seek out this glove to repair or change the situation that Captain Tink is in.
Yeah,
It
so
seems a good approach, but the time it takes to do that is potentially enormous in our realm.
Mm.
Or we continue on with our original quest, speak to Isabon, taking up several weeks probably in our realm.
Also time consuming, yes.
Or we
you
just
know time's not linear, don't you? Time isn't linear. You've been here a week, but you might leave a week early. I can't be certain.
Is there a way we can be certain?
I can tell you, my daughter, your sense of humour is marvellous.
Is there a way?
No. No. Time is
But
relative.
you know we've been here a week. So will you know in a couple of hours if we've been
Well,
here
I only know
yesterday?
I know you've
Oh,
been
right.
here a week because I sent someone out to check on where you came from. If you've got some friends on a boat or some such.
Yes.
yeah.
Yes, apparently you've been missing for a week, so those goblins have got big mouths, haven't they? They just talk to anyone.
Anyone be able to be certain of getting us back at the time we wish to be?
Or getting us back at all. That's something I sort of hoped was a given.
I can send you back whenever you want.
Okay, good.
But I haven't seen you for a decade, maybe longer. It's a shame.
And you know,
Shame to cut it short. Well, I'm guessing.
Sorry, my lord, but when you say whenever you want, do you mean whenever we want?
Yes, if you want to go now, I'll make it happen.
But I mean, could you
can we
send us
arrive back yesterday?
a week ago?
I mean, I'm good, but I'm not that good.
Who is that good?
You need something like the maze engine for that, but I don't have that here.
Captain, do you know what the maze engine is?
No, I think you know what our next question is going to be, Papa. What's the maze engine? Where is it? Where do we get it?
We don't really get it. It was so before all of the mossy fellows and the drow wizards, there was an older mortal civilization. 3,000-4,000 years ago. They had the height of technology, flying cities, all sorts of wondrous things. They thought they were the pinnacle. Unfortunately, as with all mortals who climb too high, they often come crashing down, and the world did come crashing down. The maze engine is an ancient device that can literally rewrite reality, or so they say. I believe it's somewhere in the Underdark. I've not seen it. I remember seeing it back in the day. It could create many miraculous effects. Indeed, and some say could even send you back or forward through time. But whether it's still out there, whether it still exists, whether it still works, who can say?
That's an entirely separate quest.
Seems a little wishful thinking, doesn't it?
Mm.
So we're back to potentially being missing for months, and or going back and potentially be damaging the barrier between the Feywild and our realm. It's a difficult choice.
I mean, I don't know who has the gauntlet. I know Veretti gave up Tim. So Veretti definitely doesn't have the gauntlet. But Veretti has
Tim?
Tim. Yes, her lizard friend. Tim. A pet. Tim.
There are some who call me Tim.
Yes. Oh, they call you Tim as well, do they?
No, I was thinking of an old play I'd seen
Oh, really?
by a strange comedy troupe.
The question is, are we feeling lucky?
I always feel lucky.
Because we could go on this little quest to my cold iron problem is my cold iron problem, but
You
I'm just
Oh.
my concern with that, though, Captain, is that as your illustrious father said, this Feywild, as we can see, is much more beautiful in our realm, but much more treacherous too, he said. And my worry is that continuing to damage the barrier between the two the way you are, even if we solve the problem with the demon incursion in the Underdark, we could be replacing it with another problem.
We can either go back now and it will have been a week, or we can feel lucky and hope that we choose another path, and I've still only gone for a week or a few days and not months. We have no way of knowing. But by doing that, we could either solve my cold iron problem with this glove, or return Isabon to her father and thereby get him to solve the cold iron problem.
You helped me with my Yasva problem, so I'm willing to take the time to help you with yours.
I would argue this. Why not? Let's go and find this. What was their name? Who has
Veretti.
this one? Veretti.
There's three of them.
Just-
Veretti, Garethorn, and Tarith.
But Veretti's the one who has Isabon.
I believe, yes.
Talk to them. See what we can do for them to get Isabon's contract nulled.
Well, you do effectively buy it out.
Thereby we help one person, Isabon, who I have accidentally somehow previously wronged. And potentially make an ally out of Victor as opposed to an enemy, although I wouldn't want to trust him at this point, but... Sadie, are you okay?
I'm sorry to interrupt this, but above the table, my dog was barking outside, and my youngest daughter's just gone to have a little glass of water when he's barking to sort of splash him to stop him. And somehow she's managed to, in the process of trying to smash the dog, fling the water up in the air and soak herself. He just came in soaking wet beside me. I'm so sorry.
They take after you.
Yeah, they do.
Right, so say we wanted to go find Veretti. We just walk into some mist and go, Veretti! Hooey!
You walk into the mist and you think of winter.
Walk into the mist and think of winter.
Hmm.
We're not going to be stuck in a mist maze for centuries.
Well, what's a few centuries here or there? And you're a daughter of Grithnock. You are of an elevated intellect, or you should be. I mean, they have stored your mind in a very small head for a few years. Hopefully it's not compressed it, but I am confident you'd find your way out. You're not just a mere fae, you're royalty. Daughter.
And how would we get back
Well, that's
to you?
That's easy. If you just call my name 3 times, I will have you fetched.
Perfect. Right.
Obviously,
this short.
just to be clear, if you call me when you're having a bit of a fracas, that might cause problems. Because they'll come back too. And I don't really want to be breaching any agreements.
What is the agreement?
That I shall not interfere in their business.
Right. And I'm held to that agreement?
Well, your mother's held to it and I'm held to it. But have you ever made an agreement?
Not that I remember.
It's good enough for me.
We certainly aren't. There's technicalities I'm sure we can exploit there.
Well, I hate to cut this short, but I think we should be going.
Very well.
I can come back and spend a century with you when all of this is over.
I'd be delighted.
Oh,
I'd be
yes.
delighted.
It would be a better thing to do, I think, when you're not damaging the place by being here.
Hmm.
Well, you're not damaging it right now, but please don't explode that thing here, please.
I do need to explode it one more time there.
There? Where?
Back in the Underdark.
Okay. Just be careful. I mean, if you explode it here, you might find just... If you explode it here, I don't know where you might end up.
Don't say things like that, because that sounds very fun, and we have things to do. Drayden, Serdi, how do you feel about this?
I think...
Do you, though? Do you?
Father?
I certainly think we should go now.
He's a rock. I'm fascinated by this creature. You're a rock.
But he's also a kobold.
Ah.
We're both of the things that, at the same time.
But you're made of rock, but you think.
Both of us do.
Both of you do.
Yes.
Do you think twice or just once, or?
Both of us think once, just at the same time.
Sounds noisy.
Okay, I think I'm going to separate you two. Thank you so much for the food.
You're welcome. Don't accept food from strangers.
Okay.
What do we say if someone offers you some sweets and to see some puppies and they open a cart? What do you say?
Ooh, thank you.
No. Well, you can. Or Fane, what do we say? Come on, I know you're 3,000 years old, but you should know this by now.
But puppies are cute.
Well... It's okay to trap them in a horrid twist of fate and then take the puppies, obviously.
I was going to say, my lord, that I think the captain is far more frightening than anything that could be keeping puppies. No offense, Cat.
The whole point is you're supposed to trap them in some clever mind game from which they can never escape. But yeah, if you want to say no, that's fine.
I do like what Surly was getting to. I could just kill them and take the puppies.
There you go. Also, thinking outside the box. I like it.
Or if you're my dad and I come home and I say, I was offered puppies, but I was good and I said no, but now you have to get me a puppy. Do I get a puppy?
I mean, you're kind of missing the point. If they've
Dad
got,
can I have a puppy.
there's a guy, probably about 3 miles from here. He's got a cart full of puppies. Just go and help yourself.
When I get back, can there be a puppy?
If you wish. What kind?
I can pick.
Yes, do you want a huge, 20-foot tall one, or a small, cute one, or
One that can be ridden like a steed when I'm Tink.
I can probably find you one that can be ridden like a steed when you're Fane, if you want.
Yes.
Yes, careful with that expression. You might catch a fairy accidentally.
Oh. Anyway, I'm glad we came to this arrangement, and I'll hold out my hand to shake his.
Okay, he'll just hold his arms out as if asking for a hug. We're past handshakes.
Oh, are we?
Well, I am.
Okay. I don't go to hug him, I just sort of stand there.
He'll just stand there as well. He doesn't want to make you feel uncomfortable. So remember, hold his hand up. If you want to see Veretti, think of winter. If you want to see Garethorn, think of summer. And if you want to see Tarith, think of autumn.
Understood. And if we want to get back to you, say your name 3 times. Don't do it whilst we're in combat.
Would be preferred if you didn't. I will be seen to have intervened and therefore broken the agreement.
And I would not want to break that agreement, or else I feel like you'll renege on our agreement.
Well,
Puppy.
yes, life can be hard enough without that kind of... Right then, and he'll wave a hand and all the food and plates will just disappear. Well, that's the washing up done.
Can I do that?
I've already done it, but thanks for offering.
No, but can I do that when
You can
I
do
don't
that
have...
next time, yes. It's very kind of you to offer to wash up, but really it's no trouble.
I think it's just smiling to herself, thinking about how powerful am I? I never have to wash up ever again.
That's the best part of everything. It would be a good power, wouldn't it? It's like, it'd be even better just to be able to summon the best food ever.
No, that's dangerous. That's so dangerous.
But you could summon it so that it was healthy.
Summon it with 0 calories.
Yeah.
But summoning something to be healthier and with 0 calories, it's not going to taste the same, is it?
No, it's not. There's magic and then there's magic. Come on, guys.
Yeah. Summoning the food is one thing, but summoning it with no calories is just impossible.
Okay, let's move the story along. We wander outside. We go find some mist.
Okay, so Grithnot will lead you through this beautiful autumnal forest. It still feels as if the sun is setting, so there's that golden light. But as you look up into the sky, the opposite side, you can see stars and nebula and galaxies and such. It's very beautiful, but you realise that nothing seems to have moved in all of the time you've been here. And he will just gesture through the woods. He points off in the distance, and you can see like the start of mist. So just off through the trees, you can see this golden light just catching through the mist that hangs in the air, and it seems to get deeper and thicker as it progresses into the woods.
Okay, folks, think of winter, and I hope nobody dies because of me.
Okay. How are you thinking of winter, each of you? What do you think of?
Droden will probably think of Icewind Dale.
Sadie will be thinking of the snow touching the tops of the trees in the forest.
Okay.
You get winter in Waterdeep?
Yeah, I think
Like
so. I don't think it's quite as harsh as further north.
It's not
but
a big snowy winter.
No.
So I guess I just think about her feeling a bit colder. That time of year when she would actually need a coat, and it was always difficult to find a coat because she had wings. So she'd have to cut a hole in a really lovely coat. Now she's just thinking about coats. Will that do?
Yeah, sure. You walk through the mist, and as you're all thinking about various elements of winter, Tink, you feel a chill. It's that sort of, the breeze moves for a second, and it's cold, and you can feel it, that sort of prickly cold feeling on your bare skin. Serdi, you feel snowdrops start to fall on your face, and then Drodin, you hear snow crunching beneath your feet and look down and can see that the ground is now covered in snow, and indeed snow is starting to fall all around you. And as you walk through, they change from these beautiful oak trees with autumnal leaves to bare trees and pine trees extending off up into the sky. It does seem to grow darker, almost as if as long as the day seems to be here, the day is shorter in the winter. And off through the fog, you see a number of glowing lights in the distance, and what looks like a cottage or a house, snow-top roofs.
I look around, make sure everybody's here.
All seem to be here.
I instantly, just for shits and giggles, throw a snowball at Tink.
Indeed. Snowball. Roll to hit.
I suppose that will be Dex, won't it?
Yeah.
Oh, it's open to Sadie's character sheet for some reason. Oh, going. I will just roll it as a Dex check.
That's
11. I'm pretty sure that's going to miss.
What's your armor class? It's like 15 or 16, isn't it?
It's higher than that. I have a nice armor. I want to say 17. Can't find me. Where am I?
Well, yeah, Snowball narrowly misses you.
I think
flies
it goes
past
pretty
it.
wide.
Yeah, it goes wide and just like bounces into the snow.
Yeah, it's 17. Okay, I want to try a thing.
Okay.
I really enjoyed being able to be Orphane. I'll be Tink now, but be in Orphane form. So
Yeah.
if I try and think the way I thought as Orphane, can I reach down into the snow and imagine myself with a big rock arm like Surdy?
Okay. So you're in Orphane form with you want a big rock arm.
Yeah. No,
Okay.
sorry, I'm in Tink form, but I want a big rock arm.
You want a big rock arm. Okay.
And then I want to essentially, in the motion of scooping up some snow,
Yeah. Yeah.
attempt to,
Huge hand. Big snowball.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Your arms, especially your hand, seems to grow to a big size. It becomes hard to fly. It is quite
That's
heavy,
fine.
but you
I'll throw from the ground.
Give us a roll.
Dex check. That's what Droden did.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's probably straight in the face. Massive snowball.
Yeah. You just hear, that's cheap, bat.
I like it here.
It is quite beautiful. It's quite a beautiful scene. It is cold. It is bitterly cold, but it is beautiful, and it's largely silent. You hear what sounds like crows in the distance. You hear off in the distance the sound of footfall in the snow, crunching snow, but otherwise it is silent.
From where I'm standing, we just want to have a conversation with this Beretti. So I would say let's proceed openly and just say we come in peace. See if they let us in.
I'll hide my stiletto.
This
Droden.
Yes. What?
I don't think we should have any unnecessary bloodshed unless we are threatened.
Well, just as a precaution, I'll hide my stiletto.
Okay. I don't want to cause any problems for my, this is so weird to say, father. Let's go. Oh, look, there's a massive ice troll.
Indeed, you see it sort of walking the perimeter of this cabin. Huge ice troll. Looks familiar, actually. Maybe seen it before?
Oh, with Isabon. Did we? Oh, I don't think we'll have learnt its name or remember its name. I'll happily walk up and say hello again.
Oh, look, is that Isabon right there?
Yeah, you see Isabon. She's carrying a bucket, which does not smell very nice away from the house. And she sees you and looks really surprised. Oh, what are you doing here? I don't know what's going on, but what the hell? Quick, here, off this way. And she will move behind the trees. And she'll turn to the troll and be like, Grumble bum, stay there.
Grumblebum's a nice name. I bet he's quite perky.
Yeah, for an ice troll. He's quite ponderous and slow, but he's not cheerful looking, but he seems quite gentle.
Grim, where the fuck you going?
What are you doing?
Who hasn't met Isabon? Oh, sorry.
No, carry on.
I think everyone but Grim has met Isabon.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think you are.
Okay.
I think you're right.
So I'll just introduce
Yeah.
those two.
Yeah,
Um,
Malice was still alive at that point, wasn't she?
Yeah.
Drodin, is that where you're standing? Just asking
for a friend.
for a friend. Yeah. Isabon will. Yeah, she'll move you out behind some trees. I mean, I can't say I'm not happy to see you, but what the hell are you doing here?
It's a pretty long story, but you know what? This is where we should start. How do you feel about your father? How do you feel about me? Do you hate me? I didn't mean to leave that portal open. I'm so sorry. I completely forgot. I'll lead with that. I'm so sorry. If
What?
any
You don't have anything to be sorry about. There's nothing you did to me that I didn't do to myself.
all the same.
I miss my dad, yes, but it's probably a lot longer for me than it is for him.
Okay, so you miss him. So are you aware of anything going on
Not
the
really.
material plane?
Drow.
So yes. TLDR, he blames us. Well, me, sorry. Your dad blames me for what happened to you. And to an extent, well, I lost a lot of my memories and I'm still trying to piece together exactly what happened. And that's another story.
Oh, but you're my fairy godmother. You know that, right?
I don't feel like I've been a very good fairy.
Oh, well, I don't feel the same. What are you doing here?
Well, we'd like to help you. And, well, back on the material plane, when we left, we were due to have a meeting with your father.
Right, he's well.
Ever since he lost you, he has been angry.
Well, you can tell him that I'm getting Mother back and then I'll be home. I only have 13 more. Then I'm done.
13 more what?
Deals.
What can I ask? What kind of deals? And could we help
Aye, yeah, you could.
expedite that?
I mean, deals. Kind of trapping mortals in deals that are not good for them. You know, the kind of, like the people that want to live forever. You give them their wish, but they continue to age. Aye. Until they're just, well, you get the idea. Beretti's not very nice, but I have to get me ma back. She said, if I do the deals, she'll give me ma back.
Have you seen her? Do you know that she's alive?
No. It's just faith.
And how many deals have you made so far?
87.
That's a lot.
Right, it is.
You must be very clever.
It's not hard to trick a greedy person, is it? You know?
This Veretti, do they ever give you a day off? Can you ever go back to the material plane?
Only when she sends me.
And I have a feeling if we were to ask for her to give you a day off, she would want something.
Aye.
Do you think it's worth us asking?
I would not deal with her if I was you. She cannot be trusted. The only thing that she wants back is Tim. But Garethorn has Tim.
Garethorn has Tim. Okay.
And Tarith has the gauntlet. And Veretti has the book.
Let me write this down in my mental mind palace. Garethorn has Tim. Veretti has the book. Tarith has the gauntlet.
Aye. They all made a deal to be a team, and the way to stop themselves from betraying each other was to have something that the others saw as valuable. But it does seem to piss them off to be part. I mean, I'll warn you. I can't disobey her.
No, that's okay.
If she tells me to attack you, I will. I won't be able to stop myself.
Okay.
I don't want to.
And I'm guessing she's incredibly powerful and not someone we should even dream of killing.
She's less powerful if you haven't made a deal. But if you do, well...
I'm going to turn to everyone else. Okay, so my first thought is, do not make any deal with this person. My second thought is, we go in and see whether we can bargain. Either this becomes more convoluted and we try to get Isabon out and try and retrieve this Tim and not know it could take a week, it could take a year, but back home it could take a day or a decade, and who knows? Or we just ask Isabon for a note or something, a letter to give to her father, and try and placate him with that, and deal with the more pressing issue in the Underdark.
If
I
there was
think
a,
Drogon just slowly lifts that stiletto that he hid.
I mean, if we could find a quick way of releasing Isabon from the rest of her debt, then we could return quickly to the Underdark and with her and solve all these problems and not delay any further. We've come this far. I think it's worth a conversation with this Retty. Do you not?
I would like to converse. I would just like all of you. The last thing I want is for any of you to make a deal with this person. Whatever they offer.
Promise I won't make a deal with Veretti, Captain,
Veretti.
unless what she offers me is very tasty. I'm joking.
I haven't made deals.
But if she offers you a particularly enticing one?
I only have one voice in my head. I don't need to add to it.
Very true.
You will hear a
Isabel?
voice in your head, Drodin, saying, well, three's a crowd, but not always.
I didn't want to make that comment because I was quite enjoying not having to listen to him, but of course, that's made him pipe up.
You had the thought, it was enough.
Isabel, could you introduce us to Veretti? And would we be able to leave this place without... Can she harm us for no
Aye,
reason except for being here?
aye, it's her domain. She can do whatever she likes.
But would she have any good reason to? Is she likely to? Is she impulsive or is she smarter than that?
She's like winter, she's cruel.
Hmm.
And she's cold.
I
I suppose you could call her a frigid bitch.
I wouldn't recommend calling her that.
Can I make a suggestion?
Mm.
There is potential here for a conversation to turn into something more aggressive. And as Isabon's already said, if she's forced to, she will fight us.
Grumblebum, this is a private conversation.
Grumblebum will wander up. We'll point at the ground and we'll just go, snow. And then give you this
No.
stupid big grin. Snow. Oh, he likes to
Oh.
join in, but he's not really a conversationalist. Yes, Grumblebun, it's snow. Well done. Snow. He will sort of start to wander off again.
He seems nice.
Maybe
The point
Go on.
I was making, Captain, is you asked Isabon to introduce us, but would it be maybe perhaps better for us to introduce ourselves and Isabon not to be present, just in case things take a turn?
You have not got a head full of bricks or rocks or whatever my father said. Quite cutting, wasn't he? I mean, he was quite funny, but
I mean, I'm not the smartest tool, but you learn some things in life, don't you?
yeah. Isabon, go about whatever you were doing, and I suppose we'll try to have a chat with Veretti.
I was
Try not to come back whilst
I was emptying
we're in there.
the honey bucket, shall we say.
Oh, charming.
And she,
Isabon,
Aye.
in all honesty, I don't entirely remember you or us, but from what I know, I am sorry, and I am pleased to see you.
I'm sorry I ran off. I knew my dad wouldn't have let me go, so I just went. Wasn't your fault. It's good to see you as well, even though you look a bit weird like this. You used to be a bit taller. A lot taller.
I'll just turn back into Orphane.
Okay. Yeah. I was, yeah. That's me, godmother right there. Right, I'm going to empty this piss and shit. And,
We're going to try and see what we can do for you.
Aye.
I can't promise there'll be anything immediate.
It would be...
Just be careful. Myself and Grumblebuns, if she orders us, we will do as she says.
Perhaps could you maybe see to taking some time in emptying that pot and maybe occupying Grumblebum while you do, so that whatever happens, we don't want to cause anyone any harm, but we will defend ourselves and don't want to have to hurt either of you in the process.
She'll be like, right, yes. Grumblebun, snow over here. Come look. And he'll be like, snow? to start wandering over with a big grin on his face, which is not. It's not a very endearing smile. He's got a lot of very big, sharp teeth. But yeah, she will wander off into the woods with the bucket and the ice troll.
And if things do go south here, can we take Grumblebum with us? I like him.
I like him too. I think he'd really like the leaves back at my father's place.
Yes. I'd like he'd like the ship. Can you imagine anyone attacking a ship with Grumblebum on it?
I think
I'll have to see what he thinks.
Darendale might appreciate not being the person who gets hit the most with Grumblebun around.
Very true. Also, this is your fault, Matthew. You made an endearing character. We are now going to
He
adopt
just said
him.
snow. That's the only thing.
Yep,
he
yep,
said.
that's all you had to do. Yep.
All that's needed.
He just wanted to be included.
Exactly. That's what makes it endearing.
Okay, if we wander up to this,
You recognise
Compound?
this little ice creature, winged icicle creature. It almost looks like it's made out of ice. Spiky, sort of very hard icicles stick out of it, and you recognise them from the frozen lake. They were with Isabon before, and it will like kind of sniff you as you approach, and then zip inside the building.
could you tell Veretti we'd like to see them? Okay.
And it's gone.
Is the door open?
It is. Doesn't
Then I
even seem to be a door. In fact, it's just a doorway.
don't seem to need to be invited in.
Well, should we knock on the door frame nonetheless? It seems the polite thing to do.
Sure.
I want to start off on the wrong foot, Captain.
Knock, knock, knock.
Okay.
Hello?
You hear quite loud footsteps on stone and what sounds like a stick. So you hear the footsteps and then like a clunk, a stick, and a clunk. And you see this figure come into view. Seems to have like almost like a permafrost over their whole body, their face, their clothes, everything just seem to have this layer of frost. And indeed, as they approach the door, you feel cold. They give off this aura of cold. They have sort of blue skin and these piercing blue eyes that seem to glow from within. There is almost like an antler on one side of their head, and the other side is broken off. They wear a huge cloak with lots of beads and feathers and like the feet of animals and all sorts hanging off it. Their skin is pale blue-white and almost looks like cracked ice with cracks in the flesh. Hello? What do you want?
Just going to slowly turn to look at Tink. Go, yes. What do we want? Something about. Never mind. I think it's probably best we let the captain handle this. She's a bit more not pervasive. That's an impolite term. She's better at talking. But I don't know if they're here.
Right. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
And then my laptop restarted itself and it was all a panic.
Oh, You got back on fast.
Well, I'm on. Yeah. Anyway, what did she say?
What do you want? What brings you to my house?
What do we want? A very good question. But an even better one. What do you want? I hear potentially someone called Tim.
You have Tim.
We don't have Tim,
You
but
don't.
we would be interested in helping to retrieve Tim.
Right. And what is it you want from this deal? In exchange for Tim. Apologies, as always, for my accents.
I'm just loving that he continuously saying Tim in a Scottish accent.
It reminds me of fucking Davy Jones from Pirates of the Caribbean.
What do you want in exchange for?
Damn.
Um,
There won't be this pause. I'll be much more confident than this. I feel like there's a great many things a person of your power could offer.
True. That's not how it works. What do you want? What do you all want? For my wee Tim.
Well, see, here, I'm wary of wanting something that doesn't measure at all in comparison to your dear Tim. I'm getting a bad deal.
Right.
What is Tim worth to you?
My wee Tim is the best. He's so sweet and cute and just my best friend.
And how difficult will it be to procure Tim for you?
Well, Tim is a hostage. He's being held so I can maintain the deal. I can't touch him. But if you took him, I could do you a deal. Aye.
But we would incur the wrath of one of your, I'm not sure what relation they are to you, brethren, family.
Not really family. Partners of convenience.
I assume you've talked to them about exchanging something other than Tim? Because if we were to do this, we would just be bringing their wrath down upon us when
Aye.
instead offering a compromise, say replacing Tim with something less valuable to you, but that they may think is incredibly valuable to you. That could work.
Right. Well, I don't own anything more valuable than Tim, but what else do I have? They're not going to want me icicles. No. I don't know. What are you proposing? You seem to know a lot about me already. Have you seen Tim? Is he well?
I haven't seen Tim. I won't lie to you.
I hope he's eating well, you know. Tim just get hungry.
What about that little creature I saw outside? The one with the very pretty face and the freckles.
Aye, that's just a dwarf. Not worth much.
So they're not valuable to you.
No, just a foolish child. Nothing more.
Well, what about the big creature as well?
The troll. It's not come close to Tim. No.
Both?
I guess I could extend Isabon's contract and then she would have more value. But at the moment, no. She's only got 13 left, so she's not worth much.
It sounds like the best thing to do is just steal Tim back for you.
You would do that, would you? You'd steal me wee Tim.
How much more would... I mean, what's the deficit if we take the big thing, the little dwarf creature you said, and how much else? What more would we need to make the value the same for Tim?
I have something.
They sound pretty worthless too.
I could leave my house unguarded for a while. You could help yourself to a wee artifact.
You would do that for Tim?
Well, I can't give it away, but I can leave it unguarded and say some pesky mortals stole it.
That sounds interesting, does it not?
Because you do sound like a bunch of thieves.
I'm very sure. No, I don't mean not. But, on sort of this would be
Liberation.
I mean, yeah, I guess exactly. That's what I was going for. I mean, you said it was sort of an agreement. It's not like we're doing it and you would have no knowledge of it. It's part of a deal that we were making, and so less of the stealing. We would be square after that and owe each other nothing.
Okay.
That sounds reasonable to me, does it not to you, Captain?
No, indeed.
So you want to exchange Tim for
The dwarf?
the dwarf?
The big thing?
Both.
No, both.
Both, and access and an item. You leaving your property and us taking one thing.
Aye, well, I can... The dwarf, you can have. Maybe the troll as well. Leave the property, that's different. It's one or the other.
But those... What are they? Servants of yours? Don't seem to matter to you greatly. You could get another troll.
Aye, but I can
Anywhere.
see that they matter to you, so...
But
that's how deals work. Friend of yours, is she?
no, I have no friend of mine. She seemed to be useful. She was doing something.
Aye, she's good at persuading fools to sign on the dotted line.
Didn't belong here, and you said that she wasn't of enough value to exchange for Tim, so I was trying to bargain with equal value.
Aye, well, you can have the dwarf and the troll, or you can have what's in my cellar.
Well, Captain,
if you steal it.
I don't know what's in our cellar. It could be nothing. So should we go for certainty over uncertainty? It's your decision, though.
No, we could always see if your business partner leaves their home unguarded for a little while and see if we can make things square there.
Okay. What do you mean?
nothing you need to worry about.
Okay. Best I don't know.
Now, when they find out you've got Tim back,
Aye.
what happens? They come to you, they say, who stole them, who gave them to you, and you tell them exactly what we look like and where to find us, and they come and hunt us down and kill us?
Well, you offered Tim. I didn't seek you out, so that's fine. I did not break my oath. But aye, they'll hunt you down and they'll turn you inside out. But hey, I get what's mine. If they fail
what
to
if-
guard my Tim, then they've failed in their part of the contract.
Can they hunt us down anywhere?
Well,
Like, beyond this realm?
unlikely, but not impossible. You see, you have to make it look like it was someone else. That's the secret. Leave no trace. Don't be seen. Or change your face. You smell weird.
What do I smell like?
Iron. You're a little wee poisoned fay, eh?
Very astute.
I'm not astute, you stink. Cold iron stinks. Don't you smell it?
Let me discuss these terms with my party. A moment, please.
Right, yeah. I give my nose a rest. She will take a couple of steps back inside the cabin.
Everyone here is very direct.
Feel like they are, but they aren't, Captain. I don't know why. Everything seems very upfront, but I'm a little bit nervous that I don't understand this place. I think that's probably what it is. It's all very unfamiliar.
I am concerned. I will happily do this thing. I can change my appearance. But you, if they were to come down upon you, if they were to see you, any of you, this would become an even bigger problem. Maybe not as big a problem as in the Underdark, but it's another problem on our pile of problems. Droden, well, even you, sir, do you have some magic? Do you have anything that can change your appearance?
Mine, no, I don't believe so. But I'm happy to take. Oh, actually, I do have the disguise spell itself. Oh, I would just need a bit of time to prepare it.
I mean, I could physically disguise myself, I suppose, but I don't have any spells that do it. I'm a little striking, I think.
A little.
If only we had two of your friends and my old trench coat.
Hmm. You'd think a Fae would also have disguise self.
You do here.
Well, for me, but not for other people. I
No,
assume.
that is true.
Sorry, I'm doing a
will-
quick.
I will
what's,
allow
what's
you-
in my?
I will allow you to glamour someone else, but you won't be able to glamour yourself if you do.
If I don't glamour myself, I'm just Tink, though, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that's not a problem if I commit to not being Tink again.
Derendil was sorry to interrupt, but you do have a slight metallic scent. I've always known it. It doesn't bother me. I think it's quite pleasant. Does that mean they might know who you are?
Only if they can get close enough to smell me.
Okay. Just wanted to ask. Obviously, if I can't change my appearance, I could shave maybe.
No, I think maybe this one you sit out there and do.
Really?
I think this is going to call for stealth.
I mean, I was a ranger, effectively. None more stealthy than a ranger. Admittedly, I don't quite have the dexterity I once did.
Your form betrays you a little, but it's something that we can rebuild with time, but perhaps not immediately.
I would be very upset if any of you were to be hurt because I was not there.
I think the plan here is to not be seen at all, let alone be hurt.
Okay. This Tim, do you even know what it looks like?
No, but we can go get that information.
Okay.
Trojan, I can be invisible for... how long? I want to say a minute.
I think it's an hour, isn't it? Usually, if it's a spell.
How do I do it without consuming the spell slot so I can see all the text? Here we go. 1 hour, you're right, and I can cast it higher and do it on someone else. Wow. This might resolve the issue.
I cannot turn invisible, but I can polymorph.
I feel like a plan is brewing here, folks.
For a heist.
It's a
There
Tim
can be
heist.
How long can I glamour someone for?
You can just, yeah, it's
And am I just...
like 8 hours.
Okay, and it's not something I have to concentrate on?
No.
As in, could I be invisible and glamour someone?
Yes. Obviously, if you go unconscious, it will drop. And if you glamour someone else, you can't glamour yourself.
Yep. So I'm thinking... arrive stealthily. Assume it's like this. We arrive on the outskirts of their abode. Scout out the area. See who's guarding it. Cause a distraction. Potentially with a glamoured Derendil.
Could you make him look like Grumble Bun?
Those we could.
Feel like mischief might be fun.
We don't want anything that they'll want to fight. I think Derendil's strength is his conversation, so if Derendil can just get them into a conversation, they can be distracted for hours. That might not work with snow.
I could say that. Yeah, snow.
Your elocution, my friend, is far too refined for. However, I was more thinking of distracting and also. Is she still stood there, by the way? Or are we just.
No,
We're
you.
talking
I
about-
assumed you'd stepped outside.
Yeah, good. I was thinking more of. There's clearly some adversity between them, and perhaps. I don't know. We can fulfill our part of the deal, but we don't have to be so. From what Isabel was saying, they're tricky with their dealings. Well, surely we can be a little too, and maybe a double-edged sword in return would be sort of fun.
See where you're going.
We can also somehow deflect any possible negative outcomes onto Veretti rather than ourselves. That's why his computer just died again. Oh no!
No, apparently not.
No, I sneezed and I had to blow my nose. I'm sorry.
No, sorry. Cut out suddenly, and then you got that and stuff. Oh no!
But this is where it gets to the whole. I can't role play my character because they're smarter than me. I see what you're going for, but I don't know how to. I don't know how to do it.
I'm not much of a schemer, really. I don't know. As I said, I've got a funny feeling about this place, and I don't know. It's making me feel mischievous.
Perhaps we can ask Veretti if they know anything that might be particularly pesky. Perhaps. What's their name? Perhaps Garethorn has a irrational fear or something like that that we can play upon and make it look like a little prank is being played.
That's a good idea.
And then, whilst that's going on, an invisible myself and Serdi and Polymorph droid in into something small, I suppose.
Alternatively, I could just disguise myself as something else, but I'm not especially convincing in communication.
Into something. We can maybe gauge it when we get there. We'll go in and somehow release Tim. I think we can do it.
You can try.
Okay, let's go get some more information from Veretti on make my way back inside.
Okay.
Right. We think we can agree to your terms. We would ask some information about your partners. Well,
Right.
Garethorn.
Okay. What do you want to know?
Do they have any fears, secrets, something that we can play upon?
Garethorn is old, very, very old, but don't let that fool you. Scared of very little. It's a sticky customer. Very sticky, very slippery. Watch where you tread. Watch what you touch. And Tim, well, Tim has a collar. Remove that and you can take him away. If you don't, he'll just return.
Is it a magical collar?
Aye.
As in, do we have to break the magic to release them from it, or does it work like a simple collar physically?
Aye, it's magic. You'll have to break it.
I can probably
Dragon?
dispel it. Yes, I should be able to dispel it. I have that prepared at least.
And
Right.
be kind to my Tim. Tim is a good boy. Don't be mean.
What if Tim doesn't want to come with us?
Oh, he will.
How do we gain Tim's trust?
A big
He will.
steak. Or a bone. Or a goat.
Have you
Or
got any bones lying
Oh.
around that we could...
not really.
What is Tim?
Tim. Timosaurus Rex. That's his full name.
Right. So, presumably we're not dealing with a human that we can just easily convince.
No. Oh, he's awakened. He'll talk to you.
Oh, well,
He's quite aware. Sentient.
That's like, he's your best boy, but you don't have a bone lying about for when he comes home. Okay.
He's been gone for centuries. Why would I have a bone when he's not here? I send him to Garethorn.
I have a plan for luring Tim away, should all else fail.
I know what your plan is, and I'm going to call it Plan B.
You don't know what your plan is.
Jim polymorphs into a T-Rex.
No, not a T-Rex.
Jim bats his eyelashes.
Oh, it's. I'm going to have to run really fast, otherwise we might be reenacting a scene from Jurassic Park.
I feel like we really need to get back to the main plot. This feels like an absolute suicide mission.
You've got to have a heist at some point.
I mean, if we wanted to heist, Keys from the Golden Vault exists, but this is more fun.
you,
We probably need to...
You've got to break out a T-Rex, basically.
This probably needs a lot more planning than we're actually going to do. Because I'm still in the camp of, we rock up, we work it out.
Yeah. I think that's the only way we can really do it.
I respect that.
Wait, Veretti.
What? Yeah, aye.
What if it looked like Tim had escaped himself and somehow the collar came off, would you still be able to keep him?
Aye, the collar needs to come off or he won't be able to leave. He'll just poof back to where he was.
Do you know if he's chained up or anything? Or
No, it's just the collar.
perfect. Okay, we can do this. Gang?
I'm less confident, but I'll take your word for it.
I think we can certainly try.
I could stand here and ask a million questions, but I find action is much more.
And yes, and we ought not to take too long here, Captain.
Yes. Apologies, you're very right. Right. So think of summer. Think of summer. Also, once we notice the landscape start to shift, as we did before, crouch, find cover.
Okay. So you wander off through the trees again into the fog. And you think of summer. What do each of you think about? Tom, Serdi.
I think about the birds in the trees in the forest and the sun coming through the leaves and creating sort of beams of light through the canopy.
Nice.
Warm.
Drodin.
I'm not sure Drodin really understands what summer is. So I've been sitting here a little bit stumped, going, I don't know if there's anything that he could think about. But I've since had the epiphany. Summer is attributed as the hot and bright season of the year. So he's going to think about being blinded by the sun sword.
Okay.
Because that's the best thing he can think about.
Okay, like it. Veronica, what does she think of?
Think about everyone back in Waterdeep quite enjoyed the summers, but I hated them because I'm part metal, so everything got very hot and stayed hot. And then one day I was walking around and saw a dragonborn who was also struggling with the heat, but had a parasol or an umbrella. And that seemed to be working really effectively for him. So I started walking around with a parasol and an umbrella. And
was it a dragonborn with a parasol?
Sort of white, blue.
Yeah, they're very effective. They're very effective.
So yeah, that's my very vivid memory of me trying to solve my summer problems.
Nice.
Do you happen to be selling ice cream by any chance?
Not at that point, no, but I did hear. I never went to Trollskull Manor Tavern, Trollskull Tavern, but I did hear there was a fireball explosion there.
Was this dragonborn also wearing short shorts at that point?
Yeah, probably. He was in short shorts at that point. No armor. Not a good look. Okay. So, as you march through the mist, you feel the temperature rise. The trees give way to rocky, almost sandy ground. And it goes from being cold to cool and then to warm. And then it is night time, but it's one of those balmy, warm nights. There is sparse trees, shrubs, bushes, but not a huge amount of, big oaks or pines. Those all seem to have gone. You find yourself stood in a narrowing, rocky passage sky is above you. You see the stars and the galaxies and the spiral galaxies above you. You can smell burning wood. You can smell cooking meat. It is a pleasant, warm night.
Why is there a trail of cum?
Indeed,
Raven, shut up and get behind this rock.
Strodin
Oh,
says
right.
that you do see this weird orange, almost like, I don't know, sap from a tree or kind of some kind of ooze on the ground. Off in the distance, you can see like a black oil-like substance on the ground as well.
I am going to cast polymorph on
Okay.
myself.
And what are you
Just so I can
polymorphing
be-
into?
A little spider.
Spider.
Oh, okay.
So just as a warning, because Dredin would know this, you know if you turn yourself into the spider, you will have the mental stats of a spider. Polymorph turns you into the creature.
Yes, I've been trying to think of what I could become where it wouldn't be that problematic. And the conclusion that I came to was there's no solution. So
Oh my God.
I just have to be something that in a pinch someone can just slap and then instantly turn me back to Droden.
Do you do this without conversing with your party?
Well, I'll say I'll be a spider now, but I'm not going to be very intelligent at the time. So if someone needs me, they're just going to have to squish me.
Well, we're going to need you to do the dispel magic, so...
So don't hide yet. Right.
I don't think so. I think we need to get a lay of the land. I really wish you had a rogue in the party, but in the absence of one,
Phony.
perhaps I should go invisible as it lasts for an hour and have a fly around. Those little sticky patches I would avoid. Beretti did say they were very slippery, very sticky. I'm imagining that we're encountering some grease or something like the viscous globs on my wand.
I think we should, yes, let's just proceed with caution.
Oh, but you're quite stealthy, sir. Oh, but you're also made of stone.
I'm still quite, I can be quite stealthy. And there are rocks all around. I could try and blend in.
Would it be better for me to just turn you invisible now?
I mean, do you think we're being watched? Could save it till we get to somewhere visible.
Certainly off in the distance, you do hear like a...
I think we're being watched. I get a feeling they know we're here.
You don't see anything, you just hear it off in the distance. It's quite
Yeah,
quite
like,
faint.
Almost in the back of my mind, I'm hearing. It's almost a feeling rather than something I'm hearing. That's what I'm imagining. Did I hear that or did I imagine that? Yeah, I think my spider senses are tingling. I think we're. I think that this is. I mean, yes. I think BBC. If these people are as powerful as your dad was intimating, then they probably know whoever comes into their area.
True.
Give me a history check, Veronica. I know it's a weird thing to ask, or you can give me an Arcana check if you prefer.
My Arcana's better.
Okay.
19.
Invisibility should work with Fae, even powerful ones, unless they're casting something to see through it. I just wanted to tell you that because I think as Serdi said that you would think about it. So in your opinion, invisibility would work.
So you think we should get a little closer before we turn invisible?
I mean, if they already know we're here, is there any benefit to turning invisible now? We've still got. They know we've got to go through this little passageway. Why don't we just work our way through and turn invisible at the end?
I'm going to be uncharacteristically cautious here. The trail of something could either itself be or lead us to a trap.
Thought. These rocks that are on either side of this passageway, how high are they?
They are probably 30, 40 feet. They are quite high. You can't really see past them.
Would you mind waiting, team, for me to just go straight up and see if there is another path that we just can't see from here that doesn't have sticky stuff on it?
That sounds like a wise thing. We shall do as asked. At least Ambrose and I will.
Up we go.
Okay, fly up. How high did you go?
Above the cliff face. I want to see what's on top of the cliffs and also try to get some sort of bird's eye view, but without
Okay.
moving closer in, if you will.
Okay, and you're visible or invisible?
I'm visible.
Okay, how high did you go?
Up to the top of the cliff face. I don't just emerge above it. I'll go to the top and then maybe peer above.
Okay. All right, I will move you so you can see what's going on. What would you see? Top of the cliff face. You'd probably see. So you see a campfire over which is a spit with what looks like a rather large joint of meat. There is these strange little grey creatures. They're smaller even than Serdi. They're kind of stocky and wide. They've got like yellow eyes, pupilless eyes, these weird hairy ears, which kind of hairs are coming out of the inside of the ears. They're not hairy on the skin. That stick out. They're kind of sat around the fire. One of them's turning a spit, and they're kind of making these weird little laughing sounds. You see upon the cliff, you see this old-looking man. He looks absolutely ancient. Like if he was mortal, he'd be like 120, maybe older. He's very withered-looking. He has a crown of flowers and around his head, long white beard. Just incredibly elderly. He's leaning on a stick. Looks very frail, and he is stood on this platform of stone, looking down on the fire, and occasionally he looks back and looks down the cliff behind him. Okay, and I shall move you back.
It looks very difficult to sneak past. Even when invisible, we might have to lure them out. My other concern is I couldn't see Tim.
I would if you think, wow, I don't like the idea of you, invisible or not, going there on your own, Captain. So we're just gonna have to go through, aren't we?
Do any of you have the ability to scale this rock face with relative ease? Can any of you climb, or do you have fly, or?
Going to flip open my book. I have fly, but I do not have it prepared.
Fine.
I do have Misty Step. I have Misty Step prepared, but not much else.
I'm quite good at climbing rocks. I mean, I'm fairly comfortable. I could move. If it's possible to climb, I could climb it. I might leave Ambrose behind.
Yes, I think Darendil and Ambrose might just have to hang out.
Right. So no immediate. I mean, I can always just throw a fireball in there.
I mean, Ambrose isn't too bad at climbing, but maybe if he keeps Darendil company, then we sneak in.
I don't think climbing really fixes the problem. It's more because at the end of the day, I think we're going to still descale the mountain. It's just wary of darting around all of these creatures.
I think we just need to go, Captain. Let's just either climb or go through and navigate through the valley. But I mean, I'm so scared because we were an hour or two at your father's house and it was a week at home. We're probably racking up the weeks as we go, and
We just have to remember that time isn't linear, and we've come here on the bet, on the hope that it won't be weeks.
It makes my brain hurt.
Yeah. Okay, my final thought before we just head in. Get some tasty meat. I don't know if we steal it from the campfire they've got, or if there's any cows nearby we can kill. And try and tempt Tim out. If he's not chained, then he must be able to just come and go and just walk about.
I could polymorph into a sheep.
Well, but then they might try to eat you.
Well, yes, but they would try, and then I would turn back to Dread.
And then they'd be like, "What are you doing here? Who are you?"
And then I'd just have to tap the collar.
What if you don't get to Tim? I don't know where Tim is.
Darendil will be like, if he ate you, you'd be inside its mouth. I'm not sure you'd be able to touch the collar from in there.
Very good point.
That's assuming the initial chomp doesn't hurt like hell.
I think it would hurt. I think it would hurt.
Right, I know this is awful. This is awful. But what if Darendil, you just wandered in saying, "Oh, I'm being Darendil, you know, the other Darendil. I was just walking through the woods thinking about a lovely summer's day that I had in Elrindenvane, and I've suddenly ended up here. Oh golly, what What's happened? Where am I? And then you gather their attention and regale them with stories.
I have to regale them with stories. I mean, I do have a few stories.
It's exactly, you must have so many stories.
I've got a lot of stories since I met you, to be honest.
Maybe don't tell those ones because it will help them identify who came and stole their T-Rex.
Oh.
But anything about...
Do you,
I think Nelrind and Vane could deal with it.
do you remember that time we were crossing the webs and I kind of slipped and fell and you thought I was dead?
I thought you were dead.
But I was actually just like hanging there upside down. So, yeah, that was rather frightening, wasn't it? And do you remember those, that big floating eye thing where everyone set themselves on fire? What was that all about?
Derendil.
Yes.
Save it for the
strange creatures that are, yeah.
Okay, but I need to change some of the details so they're not about you.
Mm.
So instead of a fae, Tink was a furbolg, and instead of a drow was
Jordan was just a regular elf.
a drider. A regular elf.
No.
That's easier. Yes.
Instead of a drow, I was just a regular human bartender.
A regular human bartender. Yes. And Serdi was what was Serdi? Serdi wasn't even there then, but he could be there because it's just a story.
No, don't just leave it at the drow and the bartender and yourself.
Oh, okay.
Do you think you can roleplay this bumbling fool and just sit down and drink with them, maybe eat with them for a bit?
It'll be a challenge, but I'll try.
And then I can message you when we've got Tim and say,
Dear, Serdi could be a dwarf with a flatulent dog.
or no, that's when I can come back in glamoured. I can come back in glamoured, and I can come back as another, looking like a quaggoth. Okay, so I'll look like this, and then I'll show him, I'll look like Derendil, but with a bow in my hair. And with like
exactly the same,
coat,
but just the bow.
Bow in a hair, and if he's got a frock coat, I also have one, but I don't know, it's lacier.
I see.
I'll look like this, and I'll say, Prince Derendil, we wondered where you'd got off to. Come along now, and then we'll just try and...
Very good. Very good.
Get you out of there.
I'll do my best, but I can't promise I'll be bumbling, but I'll tell the stories all the same. So I'm just walking in, am I? Just going to wander through?
Yes, so you were thinking of summer, and you've just ended up here, and if you can, they're all sort of round a fire, cooking. If you can maybe get them all to one side of the fire, create space for us to maybe sneak around them. And there's an old man who I think is Garethorn on the top.
Okay.
If you could say, get them to come down from the cliff, and like say, in my like amongst my people, like it's good to shake the hand of your host. Come down here and let me look into your eyes and say, how do you do, or something. See if you can get them down here. But if they won't do it, that's fine. Don't push it. Don't be suspicious. Just be super friendly.
Be suspicious.
Okay, let's just see what Derendil's deception is. Okay.
Oh, sweet lord.
It's not terrible. Well, it's not terrible.
But he's not deceptive as well. He's telling stories.
I know, but you've added layers of deception on them. So I just wanted to have a look. He's +0, so it's not a negative modifier. So, okay.
I like how easily that Tink just killed Derendil.
Okay, so Derendil will walk up to the weird sort of orangey yellow splat on the ground and will sort of leap it. Try not to stand on it.
Good man.
And then he will just start walking across the Oh, I was just thinking about it, really, like, hammy. I was thinking about summer, and now I find myself here. How strange and unusual. Hello? Is anyone here who could
Oh.
help me understand what is occurring? And he'll turn back for a second and look and like wink. Keep going.
I'll go. I'll cast invisibility on myself and Serdi and sit on Serdi's shoulder and just say, I don't know what you think is the best animal to sneak past Drodin, but have fun. Maybe something that flies.
Needs to be something that can think. Otherwise, you stuffed.
You're muted.
I could just be a spider and climb on someone.
Sure, you can climb on me, but then do you have enough magic to be a spider, unspider, dispel magic, and then re-spider?
Let me have a look. I don't even have enough magic to spider.
What? You should have checked that before you start.
Yes, for some reason I thought we'd had some kind of long rest somewhere.
The Feywild, all this stuff, and we got nothing.
We had a long rest before we came here. Before we came to the Feywild, didn't we?
Yeah, I thought you did.
Oh,
What did we do before we came to the Feywild? Did we?
Yeah, because we were just travelling on a boat.
Yeah, you were just travelling. Just to give yourself a long rest, Jim. I'm sure you just forgot.
Yes.
Maybe you
What-
weren't here that week, or I know you were.
what had happened? I
No,
think
you know what? I have that as well. I actually am missing.
I'm taking damage and stuff.
I think we've just not long rested.
Admin
I
error.
think between us getting on the boat from Mantle Dareth and travelling to where we are, no one thought to long rest.
We've had a nap or two.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, with that in mind, Drodin.
Yes, I do.
Fabulous. Climb aboard, Spidey Drodin.
Yeah.
We're going to
So
traverse
Drodin
upon.
turns into a spider.
I'm going to have to hold on to someone.
Hold
and
on to
then-
the top of onto my hair, like in my bow or something.
Yeah, and then cast it, and then like shrink down onto Tink's bow, and then immediately be like, I have to hide, and then just hide in the bow.
Okay, I will
And then I
allow
want
it.
to be able to know where Serdi is, so I will. Serdi's quite big, right?
So do you want to know
And then-
what a spider's intelligence is?
Can you give me access
Two.
to a?
It's
Well,
2.
yes.
It's -4.
That's why I'm saying it. They're immediately going like, shit, I have to hide, and
Yes.
then hide in the bow.
I will allow it.
Um,
I will allow it.
Can you give me access to a spider stat block if you have one?
I haven't got.
Well,
I
You
mean-
can Google it.
you've got like 1 hit point.
Yeah, that's,
And I don't have a stat block for it. Let me just check.
that's fine.
Spider.
Uh,
Yeah.
Serdi, I know you're still kobold-sized, but because of your rockiness, are you a bit more hefty? Like, could you carry a Tink if she?
Oh, it's quite strong.
If she just sort of piggybacked on you?
I'm sure I could. I'm strength 20. I can probably carry Tink.
Yeah, you can
Cool.
probably
I'd
carry,
like
carry
to-
Darendil.
To
Yeah.
do that if we may, because I don't want us to become separated.
Yes, I can carry Tink.
So as Darendil gets to the mouth of the sort of narrowing in the thing, you see one of these little grey creatures with the yellow eyes kind of go, and it runs straight at him and kind of leaps in the air and just sticks to his torso like they're made of Velcro. Just like, and Darendil's like, oh my, hello, and it's just stuck to him. And you can just sort of hear sort of muffled like, And Derendil has stopped and doesn't quite seem to know what to do. It's like, hello, hello? What would you like to do?
I think we need to go and help him.
He's still walking. He's got this thing stuck to his chest. It just seems to be like in a star shape, just like arms and legs splayed out, just face first in his fur, just stuck to him. And he's just walking as if it's not there. It seems to be going on with the plan, even though he's got one of these things stuck to him.
Good man. Good man.
Should we start making our way?
Yes. Stealthily.
Stealthily, okay.
Okay. Give me stealth checks then, please. Just confirm to me what everyone is doing, just so I'm clear. So
essentially, Drodin is a spider on Tink, who is invisible and piggybacking on Serdi, who is also invisible.
We're leaving
Okay.
Grim and Ambrose at the entrance to this.
okay.
Yeah.
So your tokens should be invisible, but you should still be able to see them.
Yeah.
Okay.
Stealth
Okay.
check.
Stealth check, please, with advantage, of course.
Does the spider really need to make one?
No,
That's what I was.
The spider does not need to make one.
I was just about to ask.
Okay.
And really, Serdi is the only one that's actually moving.
Yeah. So, Serdi, as you approach the narrowing in the gap, there is this strange yellowy orange ooze on the floor.
Let's carefully. Can I step round it, hugging close to the rock?
You can either jump it or you can use dexterity
Round the rock. Because I've got athletics to climb, like the climbing speed. Can I sort of climb up the rock a bit and climb round the corner?
Yep, go for it. Give me a roll. Okay. You climb round.
I'm going to try and negotiate a path through the splunts.
Okay, there is definitely a path, a clear path that you can see.
Just keep going.
Okay, as you turn the corner, you see Derendil. He's still got one of these things stuck to his chest, but he's also now got one like kind of stuck to his shin and his calf that's sort of grabbed onto his leg. And awkwardly, he's just telling his story still. He's like, oh, yes, I was thinking of summer, and here I am, and I'm very confused. Could you tell me how I could escape this place? And but first, let me tell you a story of my adventures with a flatulent dog and a furbolg and a human elf man. Is getting quite awkward, but they all just seem to be watching him. You see Garethorn, who you assume is Garethorn, up on the rock. He has stepped closer to the edge. He's leaning on what looks like a staff, and he's just smiling down. It's got quite a kindly elderly look about him, but he isn't saying anything at the moment. He's just watching. You can see more of these little grey creatures are sort of appearing from the rocks and sort of gathering round the fire.
They gather. They aren't all just the minute they see him.
No,
He's only got 3 on him.
Yeah. At the moment.
Can we get a bit closer in without being noticed?
You can. Yeah, you've already rolled stealth, so
Is that an opening, like another tunnel?
Yeah, can I try and sneak round, avoiding the little things to get
okay.
nearer to Garethorn?
Yeah, so you're either going to have to give me a. I mean, they're quite little. So you can either use athletics to try and like jump over them, or which might give you stealth away, or you can use acrobatics or just straight dexterity.
I'm going to try and jump over
I'm
them.
trying to remember if I can cast spells while I'm invisible, because if I could give you guidance, I'd love to.
So
You'll
do
break invisibility if you cast.
Yeah.
I kind of like
Okay, then.
jump over them, but kind of on tiptoes? So like an athletics and a stealth roll. Would that do
Yeah.
it?
Yeah.
Eesh.
Oh!
Okay. 14.
Oh my god.
15.
2 low rolls. Sorry.
You've got advantage on stealth though, don't forget.
Oh, cool.
Jesus, you've got plus
Okay.
11 and plus 12.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank God for Serdi.
That's why I wanted to use those rolls.
Has Serdi got any any little like trinkets or personal items? Any pouches?
I have got like playing cards and like little tools and pitons and hammers and rope.
Okay.
I've got I've got a backpack and a pouch.
Okay.
Um,
As you leap, you're invisible, and pretty quiet, but well, really quiet. Very delicately, tink on your back. You leap over. I assume you're leaping over this one.
yeah.
And as you leap over, you kind of have to. You realise you're gonna potentially touch it, even though it's small. So you kind of bounce yourself off the rock, parkour style. And as you do, you see one of the playing cards drop out. Tink would probably see it drop out of his backpack. Just one single playing card, and it sticks to the back of the head of this little grey creature. Doesn't seem to have noticed, but you can just see this playing card stuck. I think it's probably an ace of spades, just stuck to the back.
Can it be the ace of spades?
Just stuck to the back of its head like it's glued there. And you are across the other side.
Ooh. I will pause for a second, just waiting to see how this creature reacts to that now happening. And
It doesn't seem to notice or react, but you can definitely see it's sort of looking towards the fire. You can just see this ace of spades on the back of its head.
I'm weighing up whether I try and grab it off of him or just ignore it and carry on.
Keep going.
I will kind of half reach out to grab it and then like remember why we're doing it here. Captain's saying I just go and just, like not mentally and then and keep going.
Okay.
I presume I can see now around the corner that
Yeah. You see, partially obscured by the rocks, but you see a huge T-Rex, piles of bones around its feet, with a strangely blingy collar, big gems on it, gold. And it seems to be staring off into the distance with this strange look of contemplation on its face.
I will.
You can see one of its tiny arms is sort of raised up, but it obviously doesn't come anywhere near its chin, so it can't.
Looking like it wants to do that, but it's
But it can't. Yeah, it's more like that. Yeah.
It's doing the best it can.
Oh, I can't cast message.
Shall I will move very as stealthily as possible, as close to that. Rather, I'll redirect as soon as I see it towards that, rather than towards Garethorn.
You hear Darren say, yes, and there was a floating eyeball thing, and it was very angry, and everyone set fire to themselves, and that seemed to make it happy. And you just hear, hey! And another one of these things just runs and like grabs onto his arm, and he's stuck to him.
Very, very like at the edge of hearing. So, in the hope that only the things immediately in my vicinity can hear it, I'll whisper, slightly worried about Derendil.
Going.
I keep going.
There is no way round the back of the T-Rex, is there?
How do you mean? You want to get behind it?
Yeah, but there's no easy way round.
If only we had a party member that could just fly directly to the collar and press the collar.
Sadie, can you get right up against the wall, the rock face, so that we're less likely to be seen?
I will. I'll hug the rock face.
Okay.
Are we okay?
Yeah, you're okay.
We'll roll another roll, or
No, you don't need to.
There's Bowden just marching through.
Yeah,
Well, my token is there.
Okay, so assumably, okay.
Just decide.
Just-
wait
just
for the
steady, just
self-restraint
steady.
tonight, Jim,
Wait
'cause-
here. I'm gonna fly up.
Okay. I think we should recognise the fact that Jim's shown great self-restraint. The fact he wasn't halfway through that crevice before we finished that conversation.
Okay, you flying up.
Yeah. Have I already rolled my stealth, or do you want me to roll it again? Because now I'm moving independently.
What? When you say you're flying up, where to?
I want to fly up, so I'm sort of at T-Rex ear height.
Okay.
Essentially, I want to be able to whisper to the T-Rex and stay invisible.
Okay. Yeah. You fly up. Give me a stealth check, actually.
Advantage or no?
Advantage, you're invisible.
Come on, dice gods. Oh, dice gods.
Do you have inspiration?
I think you do. It's up to you whether you want to use it.
Yeah, sure, this is important. Just a straight re-roll and see which one is. Yeah. Oh, thank Lord.
Okay. You begin to fly up, and you hear because you're invisible, and it's kind of one of those peaceful, warm summer nights. You hear the sound of your own wings, and you manage to make your wings quieter. You also realise there's a light breeze, and you make sure that you fly downwind so that this thing doesn't smell you, potentially. But yeah,
nice.
You're up, hovering near to this T-Rex, where you think its ears might be, if it had ears.
Around its face, yeah. And as quietly as I can, I will say, Tim, do not react. We are here to save you and take you back to Valletta.
Right, kidder. Yeah, what's... Sorry, I'm a bit loud. I don't whisper very quietly. But what do you want? Who is it?
Don't say anything, don't react.
Sorry. Look natural.
God.
Just a little spider on Tink's bow, then everyone can see it going, don't be suspicious, don't be suspicious.
Hey, when the T-Rex makes those noises, can I look over at Garethorn and see if they look suspicious?
You do see Garethorn looking back at the T-Rex with a sort of... All right, my love, what are you talking about? Nothing. Just looking forward to food and that. All right, Ta. And just sort of looks, puts his head down. And we'll leave it there if you like. It's 10:10.
Be good, yeah.
Sure.
I can see you being like, oh.
All the T-Rexes are from Birmingham, as everyone knows.
They are. I'm just running out of accents. That's the thing.
They said they were awakened and like, do not react. Oh, hello.
Hello. You're right.
You're right, pet.
Timothy. Yeah, his actual name is Timosaurus Rex. So there you go.
God. Hazel's going to be very confused.
Oh, yeah.
Well, there you go. This was definitely one of those things where I just put everything in place and didn't think about how you would solve it. But I've quite enjoyed your approach.
I'm really disappointed in us that this is the best we came up with.
I think this was a delightful
Strategy
solution.
for Derridil. Like how we got him into this mess. We have no way of getting him out of it.
Yeah,
He trusts us so implicitly.
He's now got 4 of these things stuck to him.
We can't get him out without kicking off. Well, we just should have just come in and kicked off in the first place.
You know, like, is it goosegrass, is it called? It's like really sticky weed that just gets on you. You can't get it off.
In Hampshire, we used to call it Sticky Willy.
Yeah, yeah. Or like, little prickly plants. I can't think what they're called. The little balls, and they just stick to you.
Yeah.
You can't get them off. Or if you've got dogs, they're basically like living versions of that. So yeah,
was invented, isn't it?
yeah. So
I
yeah,
think it's something we can sort out in the epilogue.
definitely. Well, you've got a week now to think about what you're gonna do next. So there you go. Thank you for playing. Thank you for watching. We've had quite a few comments, so apologies if you sent me a message in chat and I missed it. Yeah. See you next time for the liberation of Timosaurus Rex.
This isn't how we should die. This is about the abyss. This has nothing to do with anything that we've been playing. Why is this how we die?
Why are we in the Feywild in a mist with a Brummy T-Rex? How did this happen?
I don't know. I wasn't sure what accent it was going to have until you spoke to it. I thought you might not speak to it. It was going to be French for a while, and then it was going to be German, and then I just thought, no, it needs to be from Birmingham.
I'm entirely with it for that.
Okay, I shall shut down the stream. Thank you very much. See you next week. Thank you for playing. Bye-bye.